For whoever just joined, a warm welcome. Federica, part of the Docsity team, and it's my pleasure to welcoming you to this live webinar. We are presenting you the Mohammed bin Rashid University of Medicine and Health Sciences, and we will be starting by presenting you the different faculties that are present at the university. But don't forget, there is a dedicated time for all of your questions, so drop all the questions that you might have into the Q&A box that you find in your Zoom window, and we will be able to answer live at the end of the presentation. But it's now time to leave the floor to our first speakers for today. So I leave the floor to Salma Takali. She's part of the student services team at the university. So Salma, leave you the floor, and we look forward to receiving all of your questions.
Thank you so much, Federica. Good morning and good afternoon to all of you. Thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to having a great session with you to kind of outline all our programs and talk a little bit about MBRU and kind of give you the inside information about the university. So we're looking forward to having you all here today. After this, I'm just going to introduce part of my team. So my name is Salma. I work as a student recruiter. I work in the student services team at MBRU. With me here today, I also have Prof. Ibrahim. Would you be able to introduce yourself, Prof?
Okay, I hope you can hear me. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, good whatever is your situation. My name is Ibrahim, and I am having a couple of hats in the university. So my day job is the professor of anatomy, but I also double as the associate dean for education in the College of Medicine.
Thank you. Dr. Kevan, would you like to please introduce yourself?
Thank you, Salma, and hello everyone. It's really nice to have you here. My name is Kevan Mohammed. I'm a professor of endodontics and the Associate Dean for Education at Hamdan bin Mohammed College of Dental Medicine at MBRU. So welcome to the session, and I look forward to this great webinar. Thank you.
Well, I think your mic is off, Salma. Sorry,
Sorry about that.
Perfect.
I was saying that Celine is also with us. So Celine is a master's. She actually already has her degree for a master's in biomedical, and she is currently now doing her PhD. So she is also here today to kind of give a student perspective on her experience as a master's student and a current PhD student. So Celine, if you could please introduce yourself.
I think we can't hear. Yes.
I can't hear you, I think.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, perfect.
Yes. So I'm, like I was saying, hi everyone. I'm a previous master's student, and I graduated last year. I just started, I'm in my first year of PhD. Both my master and my PhD are going to be, like my master is from MBRU and my PhD is from MBRU as well. I'm looking forward to answering any questions you guys have, or if you're interested to know anything.
Amazing, thank you, Celine. We also have Ms. Jolly, who should be joining the call. So she will talk a little bit about our Master's in Nursing and Midwifery program, but I think she's just running a bit late. So once she joins in, we'll make her introduction. So I think, Federica, we can get started. If that's
perfect. It's absolutely fine. So ready to start and ready to receive all of your questions. So ready to start with the first faculty that we are presenting. So I believe it's the Professor Ibrahim who is starting today. And then, so welcome, and we look forward to hearing more about the College of Medicine.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you once again, friends from wherever you are joining. I would like to start by thanking you for spending time to hear about what we have to offer you in the Mohammed bin Rashid University of Medicine and Health Sciences, right in the heart of Dubai, part of the United Arab Emirates. And whenever you hear Dubai now, I think the first thing that comes to your mind is Expo 2020, which is going on as we speak. So I would like to share some slides with you. And most of the content of the slide would be small video clips, very short video clips that I think will be speaking for themselves. And then I will interrupt them by making a few comments. I hope to take about 10, maybe 11, 12 minutes to finish my presentation, and I will be very happy to answer any questions that you may think about or have at the end of my presentation. So I would like to start sharing my slides now, and I hope you enjoy what I'm going to present to you. Right, so give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen before I begin the slideshow.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, perfect.
Right, thank you so much. So as I said, my name is Ibrahim, and I have two roles. I'm the professor of anatomy in the College of Medicine, but also administratively, I am responsible for the MBBS program in the College of Medicine. And I thought of giving the title of my talk, why should you study medicine in Mohammed bin Rashid University? So it's like a rhetorical question. Why should you study medicine in MBRU? And believe me, it's not a question. So the title is not a question, and that's why I did not put a question mark, simply because I think the students we have currently in the college, by their own account, are having some sort of a Disney experience in medical school. Because generally speaking, most people will relate medical school and studying medicine with hardship, with pain. But in MBRU, we deliberately want to make sure that the students are having fun at the same time they are learning. So why you should study medicine at MBRU is because those that are here are having fun time at the same time studying. And I think you need to hear this, because I hope you are most likely going to enjoy what you will hear. So let's go. And the first point that I want to make is to introduce the city of Dubai and the country of the UAE. So here we go.
Dubai is 8-hour flying time from 2/3 of the world's population and has earned a growing reputation as a leading global gateway and a hub for trade, logistics, and tourism. Now we are focused on earning a reputation for excellence in healthcare, medical research, and education.
Okay, so most people, whenever they think about Dubai, the first thing that comes to mind is trade and logistics and tourism and hospitality, Emirates Airlines. But in the last 5-6 years, now Dubai is refocusing on healthcare education, healthcare research. And what a good time to start, especially with what has happened over the last 2 years with the COVID-19 pandemic. And therefore, there will be exciting times ahead when you think about the healthcare scene and how Dubai is trying to position itself. Now, medicine, the study of medicine or health professions generally, it's mainly about what we call the 3 H's. The first H for humanity, you are going to be in for humanity, service to humanity. At the same time, you need to have some fun. So it's not all work and all pain, but there should be some fun. Medicine is about humor. And what a profession where you learn to be humble. You have the responsibility of looking after the health of humanity, and you're going to learn about the most deepest secrets of the people you are going to take care of. And therefore, this should teach you humility and to be humble in your dealings. And that's where Mohammed bin Rashid University comes in. In the university, we have 3 colleges, and you will hear more about those 3 colleges. At the moment, I'm trying to introduce to you the College of Medicine, but we also have College of Nursing and Midwifery, and we have the Hamdan bin Mohammed College of Dental Medicine. Now, our philosophy of how we think about doctors is that when you join us in the College of Medicine, we are trying to train you to be a doctor for the future. If you join the medical school today, you're going to graduate in 6 years. So that is the future. Therefore, we are trying to train you for a future that we think will come. And therefore, what we do is that we want to train you to have the skills that are necessary for being an effective doctor in the future. And that is why one of the philosophies of our college is to train you to be able to demonstrate ability to effectively communicate with people. And this could be people as patients or people in the healthcare team, but also to be able to educate people. You're going to have patients that you will need to teach them on how to take their medication. You're going to have students that will come to your hospital when you are a doctor that you need to teach them. So you should have to be able to demonstrate ability to teach others. And then thirdly, you also have to have the ability to be able to speak for your patient, to stand for your patient, to advocate for your patient. This is one of the philosophies that we have in our program. Secondly, we would like you to be able to learn how to be ethical and professional, to have the professional behavior of doctors. But not only that, to realize that being a doctor means being a student for life. So you have to continuously keep learning until you finish your professional life. And thirdly, we think that the doctors that we are going to train for tomorrow should be those that should be able to always apply the current science that would help them to treat their patients safely, but also to be able to function as members of multi-professional teams where there are doctors, there are nurses, there are other health professionals. So to be able to apply those basic principles of multi-professional teamwork, and whatever they do, they must show that this is based on current clinical, and valid evidence. So these are the three philosophies that guide our training of doctors in the College of Medicine. And that is why when we go through the process of our admissions, we don't only say it, but we live it, in the sense that when you want to come to join us, we don't only accept you based on your school grades or your degree level, whether you have a first class or you have a second class. That is cognitive, that is good, but we also look after other qualities that may not necessarily show in your grade, in your transcript, in your certificate. And this could be the non-cognitive abilities, which could include, how do you communicate with people? How do you demonstrate that you feel for their pain and their suffering? How are you able to solve problems? These may not necessarily show on your transcript, on your school grades, but we want to evaluate that. And that is why when you come to join MBRU, first we are going to test your ability to problem solve, your ability to communicate, and your ability to think ethically. That is why we organize what we call a multiple mini interview, where all candidates that apply to the university will have to be first evaluated for these non-cognitive abilities, in addition to your school grades. Once you are successful and you have joined our family, which we call the MBRU family, this is what awaits you.
There are many things that makes the MBBS program at Mohammed bin Rashid University of Medicine and Health Sciences unique. First, the innovative curriculum. Our Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery is a 6-year undergraduate program that is based on a homegrown curriculum that is nationally responsive and innovative and attended to the needs of the country. The program is designed to educate and inspire medical students to become scholars in their fields and compassionate individuals and leaders who will work to advance medicine and science.
Okay, so this is therefore the meat of the whole thing. We are thinking about innovation. As I said, this is the training that will prepare you for becoming a doctor in 6 years. So it has to be a curriculum that is tailored and planned for the future. And you're going to therefore go through a number of courses that will be science, that will be non-science. But the bottom line is, I want to emphasize that the innovative curriculum that we have organized in the university. And then,
obviously, during these 6 years, you will have early clinical encounters and you will have exposure to research, and that's in year 1. The thing that is unique about the MBBS program at MBRU is the diversity among the students. Connectivity is one of our core values, and our student body is culturally diverse. They come from 39 nationalities.
Okay, so diversity, we value diversity, people from all over the world, and that is really what Dubai is all about. But not only that, coming to the MBBS program, you heard the doctor talking about early clinical exposure. You are coming here to learn to become a doctor. So you have to learn the art of becoming a doctor right from day one. Doctors solve problems, and therefore you're going to learn how to be able to solve problems through the research method, thinking of how to solve problems through scientific research. These are important attributes that we built within our MBBS program. And this will be in mostly courses that will be research courses, or there will be courses that will teach you about how to be able to interact with the patient. We have a virtual hospital on campus, which has all the features of a hospital with hospital beds, with hospital wards, with the operating theater, where you can learn to practice in a very safe environment before you go on to practice with patients. Again, once you join our family.
Finally, the summer scholarship program. Each summer, we host the summer scholarship program with the objective of professionally developing our students' skill beyond the classroom. Through the program, our medical students get the opportunity to join health, research, and academic institutions worldwide.
Okay, so not only do we learn medicine, but we also provide opportunities to develop other skills that may not be related to the curriculum. And every summer, all our students go all over the world to volunteer, to work in research labs, to do clinical observership. And these would hopefully develop the student in his totality, not only just learning about the curriculum in the medical school. Okay, because we think at MBRU that the doctor is the person who will be the right person for the profession. And when he or she is in the profession, they should do the right thing. Whenever they are going to be called, they should do the right thing and they should do it right. Okay, and you do the right thing because this is what you have learned. You are the right person with the professional attitudes. You have the most up-to-date knowledge and skill, and therefore you're going to perform your function as a doctor who would be healing the sick. This would be my last and final slide, which shows you what happens in the college when you join.
It is an honor and privilege to formally welcome the first class of medical students to the white coat ceremony and to witness our future doctors symbolically enter this noble profession of medicine. Never lose sight of the fact that you are privileged to be in a profession where you will do well for yourselves by doing well for others. And so, class of 2022, please know that you have what it takes. Please know that you are privileged. And I have no doubt that you will live up to the responsibility.
So today I urge you to proceed in your careers with courage, conviction, to take real risks, and to know where your road may lead, but also learn the lesson that it takes time and patience and hard work to actually reach that destination. And to be brave enough to make the decisions that will actually make a huge difference to people's lives. And I urge all of you to continue to dream no little dreams and enjoy being a student at this wonderful university. Congratulations.
I swear to fulfill to the best of my ability and judgment this covenant. I will respect the hard-won scientific gains of those physicians in whose steps I walk.
Thank you very much for listening. This has happened, you wouldn't believe, 6 years ago with our first batch in the College of Medicine, because we think when you join us, you are a doctor in the making. And therefore, we introduce you to all the requirements of becoming a doctor. You take the Hippocratic Oath, the same oath that doctors swear onto, because from that point on, you should continue to demonstrate all the professional attitudes of a doctor, and we would help you and support you in your learning through your journey. So I hope you would give MBRU a thought, and we'll be very happy to answer your questions. Sorry, I've taken a little bit more of your time, but thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It's been great, actually. Thank you for sharing these with us. Some questions started to arrive. That's great. Keep writing them into the Q&A. And we're ready actually to continue with the presentation. So we presented you the College of Medicine, but as mentioned at the beginning, there is also College of Dental Medicine. So I now leave the floor for the presentation of these faculty, and looking forward to receiving all of the questions that you might have. Professor, I leave you the floor.
Thank you very much, and hello everyone again. I'm going to share my screen now. So please let me know if you can see my screen.
Yeah, we can see it.
Excellent, that's good. So I will just
Perfect.
Minimize these. Okay. Perfect. So my name is Kayvan Maharamzadeh. I'm a professor of endodontics and associate dean for education at Hamdan bin Mohammed College of Dental Medicine. Professor Ibrahim nicely introduced everyone to the great city of Dubai and the MBRU and excellent program at College of Medicine. And with these excellent videos, I really enjoyed. So my presentation is shorter, and I will be focusing on Hamdan bin Mohammed College of Dental Medicine, which is a postgraduate center for specialized dental courses. So our programs will include 5 MSc programs. We have MSc in Endodontics, MSc in Orthodontics, MSc in Pediatric Dentistry, in Periodontology, and finally MSc in Prosthodontics. So these are 3-year clinical programs that the dentists who have already qualified will enroll on these programs and will learn the specialty. So in the first year of the program, they will be introduced to the specialty. There is a lot of didactic courses, preclinical courses that they practice some of the specialized procedures on phantom heads before entering the clinics. And then the second and third years are more clinically orientated. They spend 60% of their time in the clinics and learn specialist procedures that they can continue. And these courses are recognized by very important organizations, as you can see on the bottom of this picture. We also have research element here that the resident and postgraduate students are define their postgraduate research project, and they work on their research and produce a dissertation at the end. There are opportunities for presentation in conferences and publication of papers, which is good for their future career development. And so moving on, we also have the first endodontic residency program in the UAE, which is accredited by the Saudi Commission for Health Specialists. This is the first dental program to be accredited outside the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and this program started in October 2021. This is Dr. Muhammad Jamal, who is the program director for this residency program. In addition, we have a dental internship program, which was launched in February 2020, and the first of its kind in academic institute in Dubai. So this is happening in Dubai Dental Hospital, and here the dentists will spend 1 year to gain further experience and further exposure to clinical dentistry in different departments. So in terms of timetable for admission, so for 2022-2023, Admission timetable for master's programs and endodontic residency program. Application opens in October 15, 2021, and the application will close on February the 3rd, 2022. For internship program, the applications opened on 27th of February 2022, and applications will close on the 29th of May 2022. We are partnered with Dubai Dental Hospital, which is our clinical partner, and all the clinical training happens in Dubai Dental Hospital, which is the only dental hospital in Dubai, and was visited by His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed. As you can see in this image, we were honored to have this event. And at the Dubai Dental Hospital, we have a number of clinics and clinical procedures that are provided these treatments for the patients, including periodontology, oral surgery and dental implants, dental hygiene procedures, pediatric dentistry, oral and maxillofacial surgery, and radiology, prosthodontics, general dentistry, orthodontics, endodontics, and clinical support services. And this concludes my presentation. Thank you so much for your attention, and I would be happy to answer any questions later on with regard to postgraduate programs at Hamdan bin Mohammed College of Dental Medicine. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Looking forward to receiving all the questions that you might have. We continue with our presentation. So as we mentioned at the beginning, there is also a College of Nursing and Midwifery. So I now leave the floor to our next speaker for today. I can see that Ms. Jalizak is connected. So pleasure to leave you the floor. And as for the other presentation, drop your questions into the Q&A box.
Okay. Are you able to see my screen?
Not at the moment. So at the moment
okay,
we are not.
Yeah, can you see it now?
Perfect. Yes, thank you.
Okay. So good evening, everyone. I work as my name is Jolly Peter Isaac, and I work as a lecturer with the College of Nursing and Midwifery. And I'm also the project lead for the master's program at the college. As Dr. Kevan said, the presentation which we have is also very brief, just to give you an overview of the program. And anytime you have more queries or you want to know more about the program, would be always available to answer any of your queries. So the College of Nursing and Midwifery, we offer two programs: a master's in cardiovascular nursing and a master's in pediatric nursing. And so for the both the programs, we have an option of doing a full-time program, which is of 1 year duration, and a part-time program of 2 years duration. It's a very balanced program where 1/3 of the course is focused on core modules. So when I say core modules, it is common for both the pediatric program and for the cardiovascular program. So the core modules are focused on research methods and statistics, leadership and management, and the physiological healthcare assessment. The other 1/3 of the program is based on the specialties. So for pediatric, it will be pediatric specialty, and for cardiovascular, it will be cardiac specialty module. The last 1/3 of the program is made up of the clinical placement, or what we call as a practice placement, and the dissertation. So for the practice placement, we have 2 weeks practice placement in UAE, followed by a 450 hours of practice placement at Belfast, which is Northern Ireland. The 2 weeks of placement in UAE is to get the students to get acclimatized to being a student in a practical space. We also have additional support at the university. We provide academic writing support for the dissertation writing, counseling services. We have academic advising, library support, and student clubs. This is a proposed admission cycle for 2020 to 2023. The application portal is already open since October 2021. The cycle would close around June 19, 2022, following which we would start reviewing and shortlisting candidates, interviewing them, and providing them the offer for admission. These are the admission criteria for the College of Nursing and Midwifery into the master's program. The person who is applying for the program should have a bachelor's in nursing degree with a GPA of 3 on a scale of 4, or an average of 75%. Or if it is a British system or a British degree, then it is considered as a 2:1 degree. They should at least have minimum 1 year of clinical practice experience in the field where they are seeking the specialization for. So say, for example, someone is applying for the master's in pediatric, they should have had at least minimum 1 year experience working in any sort of a pediatric setup. It doesn't have to be critical care or anything like that, but it could be like a neonatal setup, or it could be a pediatric surgical, pediatric medical, but preferably in the area of specialization. And they should be licensed as a registered nurse in their home country. They should have they should show proficiency in English language by having an IELTS with an overall band of 6 with no skill less than 5.5. And if it is a TOEFL IBT, a total score of 80 with a writing score of 20. Now, this is regarding the tuitions and the placement. So we are offering a 50% scholarship this year. So the usual tuition fee is 140,000. With the scholarship, it is 70,000 dirham for the whole program. The application fee which you pay towards the application is adjusted with the tuition fee later on. Now coming to the cost which you will have to make provision for when you're going for practice placement is that you have to consider the flight tickets from Dubai to Belfast, which might approximately come up to 1,400 euros. And then accommodation and for any subsistence in Belfast, it might come around to like 160 per week, which is roughly around 11,000 dirham. The student visa for UK might come around to 1,844, which is like roughly $502. When you're doing the visa application for UK to study as a student for the clinical placement, the visa application includes the NHS surcharge, which comes around to, in dirhams, 2,491. What this means is that when you are at clinical placement in Belfast, and if, God forbid, if you fall sick or something, then you would you can go to any of the NHS hospitals or clinics and it would be covered. Now, if there are students here who are interested and who might be getting a scholarship through their employer, then we really recommend you or advise you to work side by side with your employer to check the requirements and the processes, but don't wait to apply to the university website. Like, it should happen side by side. Like, you should not delay starting your application process with MBRU. You can start applying, you can proceed with the interviews as you're working side by side on your employer requirements. Just to wrap up this whole presentation, just like to highlight on the role of a specialist nurse and the domains of practice. So the specialist nurses, which we are training them to become specialists in cardiovascular nursing and pediatric nursing, they would work in, when it comes to their domain of practice, there are 3 main domains which we're looking at. The first and foremost is the patient sphere or the domain, nursing itself, and an organizational sphere. And what you develop here during the program is your leadership, research, collaboration, You will be able to mentor people who you're working with, providing specialized direct care to your patients, coaching your your colleagues, students who come to your unit. You should be able to provide consultation services to your patients, to other multidisciplinary team members, and also involved in ethical decision making. So that's about an overview of the College of Nursing and Midwifery. And as I said earlier, at any time, if you have questions, you can reach out to us. This is our email address, nursing@mbru.ac.ae. Thank you.
Perfect. So thank you so much. Thank you all for sharing with us those presentations. And as mentioned at the very beginning, we are ready to answer any sort of questions that you might have regarding what we presented. And I can see that some of the questions we already started to answer, which is great. One of the first question is about how to join MBRU. So maybe if we want to...
Federica, I'm so sorry to cut you off. Can we just give a moment for Sirine to talk about
Absolutely.
her experience also in biomedical and her being a current PhD student in biomedical sciences?
That actually is great. So it can help us answering some of the questions we also receive about those programs.
Yeah.
Sirine, thank you.
Yes, hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Can you hear me clearly? Or yes. Sure. So, hi everyone. From wherever you are in the MBRU, I got it last year, and I'm studying at the moment. I'm my first semester in PhD in biomedical sciences as well. I am Algerian, so. And to start off, I would like to say, like Prof. Ibrahim said, that here in the UAE, we are a multinational country. So I did see some of the questions. I did have the time to read some of the questions. Here in the UAE, we're a multinational country, more than 200, a great place to study, even though not a lot of people see that. Like most of the people are interested in tourism and all that, but it's amazing to study here. The faculty in MBRU is really, really amazing. I can say the fact that we're a multidisciplinary place, we're a multinational place, so it actually reflects on the UAE's multinational status. That we're students are from different places, we're from different countries, we're all coming here. Some of them are alone, they're coming here on their own. Some of them are with their families. I'm with my family, but other people are also on their own. So, you know, scared of that. If honestly, I don't know how it goes elsewhere, but I love the fact here that there's so much diversity in the research, and the research is such an important part. For my master's, you have the choice to choose which lab you want. You rotate in labs and you try to see which lab you're more interested in, and then if you're interested in this particular research, let's say research field, you can go into it, and that in itself helps you like discover what are you more interested in. Whatever I'm working in now, I'm in the microbiology in the infectious diseases. I didn't know that I was interested in microbiology until I got into that lab, and then I enjoyed it and I enjoyed the work. I did it for my master's, and I went on further into my PhD to do it as well. So I feel like it's mostly the fact that there is so much diversity that helps a lot. The doctoral is actually, it's either you can actually apply as a master or as a bachelor, but of course, if you're coming from bachelor straight away, it's a higher, they need higher qualifications. I'm not sure about the qualifications themselves. Like I know that the TOEFL is similar for the master. The TOEFL is similar to the master of nursing. It's very similar. The TOEFL and IELTS are the same. For the requirements, I think for the if you're going PhD straight away from bachelor's, you need a 3.7 GPA, cumulative GPA minimum. Then you're considered for PhD. But personally, I wouldn't advise anyone to just go straight away into PhD. just try to take it
Serene, you're cutting.
Also for PhD side, I had the chance to be in not enough.
Yeah, you're cutting off.
Am I okay now?
Yeah, you're good now.
I'm sorry. So I'm just saying that it's just a great, like, to sum it up and not talk too much, it's just a great opportunity to be able to interact with so many, like I said, microbiology, infectious diseases, but I still get the chance to explore other fields of research, whether cancer, cardiovascular diseases, immunology, protein biochemistry. So there's a lot of choices they can actually choose from.
Thank you, Serene. Thank you so much. Actually, this is great because also helped us to answer a question that we received about the PhD program. Regarding the MBRU University, a couple of students are asking us how to join the university. So maybe if we want to briefly touch base on how the admission process works, or like the application, if there is like an online portal or any sort of information that you believe it could be useful for the students.
Yeah, thank you, Federica. I think for the first question where they'd asks how to join MBRU. So if for any of our programs, in order to submit your application, you have to do that through our website. I can leave a link on the main chat for whoever is interested, can just access the main website. And then you can choose whichever program and submit your application from there. But keep in mind that each program has a different admission deadline. So for example, our MBBS deadline of our undergraduate program in general medicine and surgery, it closes, it's quite open now and closes January 16, 2022. And say, for example, for dental, for example, we close February 3rd, 2022. So you always need to make sure to check when the admission date closes. So that is for the first question. And then I see a question from Salsabil, who says, if I'm a doctor and I want to evaluate my bachelor's. So for any, so this is also for students who are granted the transcripts outside of the UAE. They need to go through something called an ECE. So it's a grade evaluator, basically, where you submit your so we can get an ACE, basically a general grade average of your bachelor's degree in a standard GPA form. I can also put the link to access that website to submit your documents for that too.
Perfect, thank you. Then there was another question regarding the Masters in Biomedical Sciences. So they're asking us to talk a little bit about the entry requirement, the fee, and which of the college will actually offer this master.
Yeah, so for the Masters in Biomedical Sciences, so there's only one college that offers a Master in Biomedical Science. It's the College of Medicine. And in terms of entry requirements for Masters Biomedical, you need to have a bachelor's degree or something equivalent to any biological sciences discipline. For example, it could be biology, biochemistry, microbiology, and then you need to have a minimum GPA of 3.0 on a scale of 4.0 or an average of 75%. Applicants with a GPA between 2.5 to 2.99 may be considered. And then again, we as I mentioned, for people who are from outside the UAE, they need to go through an ECE. And then we have the English requirements. So for IELTS, it's an overall band of 6 with no skill less than 5.5. And for TOEFL, it's IBT 80. So those are the general entry requirements. If I could just see the next question, what are the fees for this program? So currently, we also have it is the application fee. So once you start your application and you submit your application, there is 1,000 dirhams plus 50. And this is when you pay that when you submit your application, and this amount is non-refundable. And then there's a seat reservation fee, which is part of your total fee. Now, the total tuition fee is 117,300 dirhams. And there is also a 50% scholarship available program too. Again, everything that I am saying now is going to be on the website. So I will make sure to send the link in the general chat so that you can see all the information that I'm seeing now and go back to it. And you can also apply from that same link.
Amazing. This actually helps us answer another question. So Alfred is asking us if there is any other master program besides this that the College of Medicine is offering.
So no, for the College of Medicine, so far we just have our undergraduate MBBS program, General Medicine and Surgery program, and then we have the Masters in Biomedical Sciences so far. But fingers crossed, we'll hopefully be getting more.
A question from Tiana. So she is saying that studying in Italian University in Albania, is interested in the Master of Science in Biomedical Sciences and asking if we'll be able to apply next year. There is a Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery. How early can someone put an application through if it's just finishing the last year?
So all our students who are currently in their senior year now are applying. So if you are currently still in your last year, so year 12, you would apply with your year 10 and 11 grades only. And then we would give you a conditional offer on the basis that you would still receive the same grades that we require. So you can start your application now, submit your year 10 and 11 grades, and then we can take it from there. But again, if you are in Italy, you need to make sure that you have to do the ECE, which again, I will put on the chat.
Perfect, thank you.
I think this student is talking about being in the 6th year in the medical school, right?
Yeah.
So Salma is not a high school student.
I think he's 6th in a Bachelor of Medicine. That should be the equivalent, more or less.
So she wants to do, sorry, the question is not popping up for me. I'm not.
Sorry, he's asking about the biomedical master. So if he's at the last year, yes.
So I'm a student in the 6th year of medicine surgery in an Italian university in Albania. I was interested to the master. My questions are, will I be able to apply next year having a Dutch? So, I mean, obviously you can apply for the MBBS program again, if you want to. But my question is, since you've already done a 6-year bachelor's degree, you want to redo your bachelor's degree in our university? Because if that is the case, yes, you can do that, obviously.
I think what he is asking is, can he apply for the master's program
in
since
biomedical
he'll be finishing
sciences?
Yeah. Yes, and the shortest answer is yes, you can.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Accommodation, asking if at MBRU there is also opportunity to find accommodation. If you have like a campus, they can, let's say, apply for.
So in terms of accommodation, we do not have our own dorms on campus, but we do have great partnerships with different housing places in Dubai and different hotels also in Dubai, some that are close by to the uni, some that are a bit further. But we do have quite a lot of options that we update on a yearly basis for the comfort of our students.
Thanks.
And if I can add, Federica, so this point about accommodation. So as I introduced in my presentation, you're talking about Dubai, home of hospitality, and at whatever you look for, you will get it. So we thought in MBRU, there's already a sector of Dubai that provides all types of accommodation, student from first 1-star to 5-star and 7-star. And those providers have partnered with the university. So that's why as a university, we feel that this service is already being provided in the city of Dubai with all the facilities that you can find in a student accommodation. So that was why we don't have our own, because there exists a variety of accommodation choices for people.
Perfect. Chadribo has a question regarding the pediatric nursing masters, asking if it's possible to attend remotely. I'm not sure if it's something related to the pandemic situation or just in general. I think Jolly can give us some highlight of this.
So Chadribo, thank you for the question. You can join the pediatric nursing, but we don't do remote. It's not a distance learning, it's a blended learning. So there are components which you need to do in the campus, and some part of it is online. But when we have when we have blocks where you have to be in the campus, you have to be in the back campus. But and when it comes to practice placement also, you need to be here for the 2-week placement, which we do in Dubai. So it's something which you can look at, like we can, if you could reach out to us, we could have a chat about it, like what exactly are you looking for?
Amazing. Thank you so much, Salma, in the meantime, for posting the link that you were mentioning. Questions about the MBBS. So they're asking if we can tell a little bit more about the fee for this program and if there is some sort of discount or scholarship for this program.
I think Salma would have the answer to that.
Yeah. So in terms of fees, so our fees are 160,000 dirhams per year for 6 years. We offer 2 scholarships. They're quite limited. So the first one that we offer is Jude Scholarship. So it is for students who need financial aid. They would then have to apply for this, and we would then request bank statements and so on. And then there would be a committee who would then approve or disapprove of the scholarship. Again, we do give a very limited number. We do grant a very limited number, so it is limited. And then we grant them a 50% reduction of their yearly fee. So this is something, again, that they would have to apply for on a yearly basis. Now, the second one is called Future Doctors. So this is for students who have the highest ranking. This is, again, something automatic. The student doesn't necessarily have to apply for it. So it would be, we just choose the students who have the highest grades, highest ranking, and we give them a 30% discount. Again, this is also quite limited in terms of numbers, because depending on who already has it, the new students that are joining us per year. So those are the 2 scholarships that we offer for our MBBS program.
Perfect, thanks. Another interesting question. So someone is deciding whether study back home or thinking about Dubai. So in this case, asking what are the perks of studying in Dubai. So we did mention before, but maybe if we can tell a little bit more about the key factor of studying in this amazing location and mainly at MBRU.
I want to give my point of view on this, because I've been here for 26 years. So I also studied and lived. I'm originally Egyptian, but I came here when I was quite young. So I've lived my whole life here, and I went to school here and went to university here. Why Dubai? I think you have the opportunity to do whatever here. You have exposure to the best facilities, to the best places. You have you're learning with people from different cultures, with different ideas. And to me, I feel like I've grown a lot in terms of education, and working at MBRU only made me realize that more, because we do have students from all around the world, and what they do and what we see them do and how they grow through the years is something quite extraordinary. Especially the facilities that we have just alone at MBRU are quite advanced and different than anywhere else that you would originally go to study medicine. So again, Dubai is a hub for dreams and for whatever you want to make. I think it's a place where everyone comes and genuinely feels at home. So yeah, that's my opinion. But then again, I'm sure everyone here has their opinion, because most of the people originally on this call are expats who came here for a reason and ended up staying for years and years. So yeah, so that's my opinion.
If someone wants to add anything on this, please feel free to add on.
I can add, if you allow, Federica. So just to support what Salma said, usually what helps you to decide where to live, in my view, is look at the vision of the people that run the show in that place. From their vision, from their mindset, that will tell you if it is a place that you can grow. And we have a very famous saying in this part of the world, where I'm paraphrasing here: impossible does not exist. Impossible is possible. And this is a very famous saying that you hear right from the top of the visionaries of the city and the country. So if you're looking for a place to grow to the limit that you set for yourself, I think this is one of the places that you should consider. And the environment is there, and really your limit is, the limit is what you set for yourself.
Perfect. Anna is asking about where can find the applications. I believe is about to start medicine school at MBRU, so it's probably, I believe, the MBBS. We mentioned at the beginning some sort of application. Maybe we can remind the application's deadline, or maybe how does it work? If there is like a website, then they can put an application through.
So again, I will send the link of our to the Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery. Once you press on this link, you will see on the top right that there is an apply. It's in yellow. And then through that, it will take them to their application. It will show them the dates of all the important dates that we have. So when they need to submit their application, when they need to submit the English requirements, when they interviews are, and so on. So everything is mentioned for them in details. So I will put the link now to the MBBS program. So this is the link for all the information that you need in regards to the program, and also where you can apply.
Perfect. I think,
and if I might add, Federica, so I just want to emphasize that if you're thinking about the MBBS program, you really need to hurry, because you only have just about 4 weeks to finish all the paperwork. And otherwise, then you will miss the cycle for this year. So if you are really ready to apply, in other words, you have all that is required. And that's why I would strongly recommend that you look at the website that Salma is sharing the link with. I think you really need to think fast, because you just by tomorrow or day after tomorrow, you have just 4 weeks, after which the application portal will close, and then you have to wait until almost a year from now.
Perfect. Thanks for the advice. Actually, this leads us to, let's say, the last question that we have time for today. I mean, you see lots of different applications coming through. So wanted to ask if there is any sort of tips or advice that you feel like giving to the students that are interested to put an application through. So maybe any sort of advice that can help them to guide through these great choice, actually.
Before our kind and generous professors speak on this, I just want to give my point of view as someone who is a recruiter. I think something that I agree with that Prof. Ibrahim always says is that you really need to have the passion for medicine. If you want this, apply, and apply confidently. Because if you apply with confidence, knowing that this is exactly what you want, that this, if you are planning to move, because there's a lot of factors you need to quite think about. And our job here is to make sure that all those, that we give you comfort in all those factors, that we help you through that journey. But you need to make sure that this is something that you want to start with, and we will be there across the way throughout the whole journey. Do it confidently. This is an adventure. It's an experience. You're not just coming to study medicine, but you're coming to study medicine in one of the greatest cities in the world. So yeah, I say do it with confidence. And I'm sure everyone else would have, Prof. Ibrahim would have advice.
Well, actually, my advice is very simple. So if you're really thinking of applying, because all the application process is electronic, we have started electronic applications even before COVID, and COVID has shown that now you really need to be able to have all that you need as an electronic copy. So I will advise applicants, make sure that you have all the documents that you need to submit in an electronic format. If you have them as hard copy, scan them with a very good scanner that will show the details. Have them as an electronic copy of whatever document, and then you will find that the process is going to be really easy. It will be just asking you, provide this evidence and upload the document. Provide this evidence, upload the document. And if you have your documents already as a soft copy, you will go smoothly through the application process.
Amazing. So thank you so much. So we're coming towards the end of our presentation for today, and I really would like to thank all the speakers, that were connected with us, the professors, Salma, and all of you who helped us answering the questions that we received. Wanted to thank you all for being connected and for all of your grateful questions. It's been great to discover more about this university. I wanted just to remind you that we will be sending you an email over the next few days. It will contain the recording of the event, but also some useful information. So Salma shared with us some useful websites, so make sure that you have a look, you gather all the information. As you can see, the team is very helpful, so any sort of question, feel free to check on the website and get in contact. And I really hope that you enjoy this event, and if you put this application through, I hope you're going to meet those people in person, which is going to be great, and you're going to visit Dubai, which I've been, is such a great place, a great place to visit, and I believe for studying it will be the beginning of an amazing experience, really. So thank you all, thank you so much. I'm just going to finally share a link on the chat, so whoever is interested in receiving a certificate of attendance for today, just click on the link, fill in the form, and you will receive the certificate. And really, thank you for your time. Thank you all. It's been a pleasure, and we look forward to seeing you soon then.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Nice.